Some men are forged in fire, but he was born in silence. No screams, no heroes. Just the cold echo of a world that never noticed him until he made it notice. This video isn't about success. It's about what happens when failure becomes your foundation. When betrayal sharpens your mind and pain rewires your purpose. This is the psychology of a man who stopped feeling and started calculating. Part 1. The shift begins. There comes a moment in every person's life. A final betrayal, a last manipulation, an emotional scar that doesn't heal the same. And in that moment, something inside you dies, but something else is born. A colder version of you. Not heartless, not cruel, just more focused, more aware, less available. You stop arguing, stop explaining, stop proving. You stop giving people the weapons they use to destroy your peace. This version of you doesn't chase closure. It doesn't beg to be understood. It watches, it calculates, it moves in silence. The shift? It's not loud. It's not theatrical. It's quiet. Like a lion watching in the grass. Like a storm that forms at sea. Like a shadow that no longer follows but leads. This is the birth of the cold one. This is the rebirth of your power. This is the day everything changes. And once the shift happens, there is no going back. The door behind you locks forever, because now you see it all too clearly. You understand that not everyone deserves access to you. That loyalty is not owed, it is earned. They taught you the language of silence. So now you speak it fluently. But the real transformation isn't just external, it is internal. You begin to realize that your energy is currency, and you've been bankrupting yourself to buy approval from people who never valued you. Part 2. Emotional armor. You used to give people too many chances, because you believed love could fix everything, because you thought kindness would be returned, because you projected your good intentions onto broken souls. But every scar became a lesson, and every lesson became armor. And now your soul wears armor. It doesn't mean you're closed off. It means you are selective. You choose who gets to come close. You guard your energy like treasure because you've learned how expensive it is to let the wrong ones in. You stopped thinking everyone thinks like you. You stopped expecting apologies from the unapologetic. Now you read energy before words. You feel intentions beneath smiles. You've learned that just because someone is sorry doesn't mean they won't do it again. Your love now has boundaries. Your time has a price. And your peace is not negotiable. You don't just protect yourself from others. You protect yourself from who you used to be. You protect yourself from the version of you that once begged to be chosen. From the one that broke their own heart trying to fix someone else. Now, the only thing you rescue is your own energy. And that's not selfish. That's sacred. You've learned to love from a distance, to help without getting burned, to care without getting consumed. You are no longer desperate to be understood, because you understand yourself, and that understanding is a fortress, a shield, an awakening. You have become your own sanctuary, your own defender, your own salvation. Now every boundary you draw is sacred. Every no is a prayer to protect your soul. You do not entertain chaos. You do not water weeds. You do not offer warmth to what tried to freeze you, because you remember. You remember who you were before the betrayal, and you know the cost of going back. Part 3. Controlled fire. People think being cold means being emotionless. They don't understand. You still feel everything, deeply, intensely, authentically, but now you don't react to everything. That's the difference. You don't raise your voice. You raise your standards. You don't argue back. You exit the conversation. You don't get revenge. You upgrade. Because silence is the loudest answer. It says you are no longer worth the energy. And that's the kind of cold that burns. The fire is still there. It's just directed inward, fueling your goals, feeding your growth, forging your future. There's a fire in you now, but it doesn't scorch aimlessly. It's a forge. It shapes. It builds. It refines. Now you don't use your fire to destroy others. You use it to burn bridges that lead back to chaos. You build gates with that fire. You light your path with it. And when people ask why you changed, you smile, because they never saw what it took to survive. That fire, you earned it. That fire was born in silence, in nights when no one checked on you, in moments when the only thing holding you together was your will to keep going. You don't carry anger anymore. You carry clarity. You carry peace. You carry yourself. And that is your true fire. Part 4. The Watcher. You became the watcher, not just of people, but of yourself. You started tracking your patterns. Why you tolerated disrespect, why you craved validation, why you kept going back to places that kept breaking you. And the more you watched, the more you woke up. You realized the enemy wasn't just them. It was the unhealed version of you, the one who didn't know their worth, the one who feared being alone, the one who confused pain for passion. That version is gone now. And in its place stands someone who doesn't flinch anymore, someone who doesn't ask permission to grow, someone who walks alone and walks tall. You are no longer easily impressed, easily shaken, easily moved, because now you observe, you calculate, you remember, and most importantly, you understand. You understand why you suffered, why you stayed, why you broke, and now you use that understanding as wisdom, as fuel, as prophecy. Because once you see clearly, you can never unsee. And the vision is sharp now. You know who you are. You know where you're going, and you know who doesn't belong. You sit quietly now, but your silence roars with history, with pain overcome, with lessons earned, with power reclaimed. Part 5. The power of detachment. You stopped being so available, not out of pettiness, but out of preservation. You learned to let people wonder. You learned to leave messages on read. You learned to stop over-explaining, oversharing, overextending. You became a mystery, not to play games, but to protect your energy. Detachment isn't indifference, it's clarity. You finally saw who clapped when you had nothing and who disappeared when you started winning. Now you don't fear losing people. You fear losing yourself trying to keep them, and that fear, it keeps you strong. It keeps you grounded. You learned that not every connection deserves closure. Not every goodbye needs to be explained. Sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away and never look back. Sometimes silence is not an absence, but a presence. Sometimes letting go is not weakness, but power. And in that stillness, you grow. You begin to feel peace where chaos used to live. You rise, unbothered. You glow, unshaken. You stand, unafraid. This is what it means to evolve. This is what it means to never be hurt the same way again. This is self-mastery. This is emotional coldness born from sacred clarity. And now, no one gets to break you because no one has the password to your soul anymore. Your peace is no longer up for negotiation. Your love is no longer unconditional. You are the storm that learned to calm itself. You are the wolf who walked alone and built his own pack. You are the one who never needed them, because you found you. And now that you've met the cold version of yourself, you will never let anyone melt your power again.